If you're thinking about a family trip to Malta, don't hesitate, book those tickets. When we started planning our trip, I knew Malta was famous for its history and beautiful coastlines, but I wasn't entirely sure how kid-friendly it would really be. Well, after spending time there, I can tell you that this island is an absolute playground for families. We found it to be one of the easiest, most fun and most diverse family destinations we've visited in Europe. We swam in crystal clear lagoons, met dolphins up close, screamed our lungs out on wild water rides, and even explored a real-life movie set. In this video, I'll walk you through the best things to see and do in Malta, whether you have toddlers, teens, or anyone in between. We are starting with the most famous spot, because you cannot come to Malta and skip the Blue Lagoon. It is located on the tiny island of Comino, which sits right between Malta and Gozo. The adventure really starts with the journey itself. We took a boat ride to get there, and that was half the fun. On the way out of the harbor, you get these incredible views of Fort Manuel rising out of the water. We stopped for swims in deeper water of the boat, which is great if your kids are confident swimmers and love jumping. When you finally arrive at the Blue Lagoon, the first things that hits you is the color of the water. This electric turquoise that looks like a swimming pool. Because it's a lagoon, the water is generally very calm and shallow near the small sandy areas, making it safe for younger children to play without getting knocked over by big waves. We also took a fast boat tour around the caves. It's a fantastic way to see the rugged coastline without tiring you out and get the adrenaline level up. However, a quick heads up about the Blue Lagoon. It is incredibly popular. My advice is to get there as early as possible or later in the afternoon to avoid the peak crowds. But even with people around, floating in that water with the sun shining down is a core memory from our trip. It's the perfect mix of relaxation for the parents and splashing around for the kids. Let's switch gears to some history, but not a boring kind. We visited Mdina, the ancient capital of Malta, which is also known as the Silent City. What makes this perfect for families? It's essentially a pedestrian zone. Cars are very restricted, which means the streets are safe. You're surrounded by golden limestone buildings, elegant balconies, and quiet courtyards that make you feel like you're going back in time. While we were there, we visited the Cathedral Museum. Now, I know the word museum can sometimes make kids groan, but this one is impressive. It's located right in the main square, next to St. Paul's Cathedral, which is also worth visiting. Inside, you find incredible collections of art, silverware, and historical artifacts that date back to the time of the knights. We found it interesting to show our son the island's sheer wealth and history. It's not just dusty old books, it's shiny treasures and grand halls. Plus, the bastions in Mdina offer panoramic views of the whole island, making it a great spot for a family selfie. If you want something unique to Malta, you must visit Popeye Village. This place is famous because it was the actual film set for the 1980s musical movie Popeye. But even if your kids have never seen the movie, and let's face it, most kids today haven't, they will still love this place. It's located in Anchor Bay, which is incredibly scenic, and the village is a collection of colorful rustic wooden buildings that look like a cartoon came to life. Today, it operates as a theme park, but with a very chilled, fun vibe. We spent hours here just exploring the houses, and swimming in the bay. There are animators dressed as Popeye, Olive Oil and Bluto walking around, performing skits and interacting with the kids, which keeps the energy really high. There are also water trampolines, boat rides and water sports in the bay. It's just a very happy and photogenic place. It feels like stepping into a different world and offered some of the best family photo options on the whole trip. After a day of fun on a movie set, the next morning we went to Mediterraneo Marine Park, and I highly recommend you visit it. This isn't just a look at the fish kind of place, it's very interactive and educational. We went for the VIP guided tour, and it was honestly one of the highlights of our holiday. They have a variety of animals. We walked through the reptile house, where we saw snakes, spiders and lizards up close. Walking through the exhibits feels like a journey through different habitats, and there is always something interesting to discover. They also have beautiful birds and parrots, and you can be a part of their show. But the main event here is undoubtedly the dolphins. We watched the dolphin show, which was spectacular. Seeing their agility and intelligence, it's always amazing. But we took it a step further and conducted the interaction experience under the trainer's guidance. It's an educational experience that teaches all of us to respect marine life, and it's something we are going to talk about for years. If it fits your budget, it's absolutely worth it. Be sure to book tickets online in advance, especially for special events, to secure your spot. And don't forget, because this park is mostly outdoors and you're walking between exhibits, the Maltese sun can get intense. You need to stay hydrated. We always carry our insulated water bottles. They keep water cold for hours, which is a lifesaver when you're out in 30 degrees heat. If you need a good travel bottle, I've linked ours in the description below. Seriously, don't do this park without hydration. And here is another tip for a perfect day. Right next door to the Mediterraneo Marine Park is the Splash and Fun water park. We combined these two into one day. After walking around, seeing the animals in the heat, we headed straight here to cool off. What I appreciated about this park is that it caters to thrill seekers of every level. For the brave ones in the family, they have high-speed slides like the Kamikaze and free-fall drops that will get your heart racing. But if you want something more relaxed, they have a fantastic lazy river. We spent quite a bit of time just floating around. There is also a massive wave pool that mimics the ocean, along with separate, shallower areas specifically designed for smaller children with mini slides and water features. It's a great facility because you can't get bored that easily. Plus, being right on the coast means the views from the top of the slide towers are stunning, although you may be too busy screaming to notice. If you need a break from the hot Maltese sun but still want to keep the marine theme going, the Malta National Aquarium in Caura is the place to go. This is a modern, beautifully designed space that's very easy to navigate with family. The star attraction here is the main tank tunnel. You walk through a glass tunnel while sharks, rays and huge shoals of fish swim right over your head. It gives you that feeling of being a scuba diver without getting wet. Beyond the big tank, there are zones dedicated to local Mediterranean species with exhibits featuring coral ecosystems, local marine life, and interactive displays that help kids learn while having fun. Surprisingly, there is also a really cool reptile and insect section here. We saw some very exotic looking reptiles that we didn't expect to see in an aquarium. It's fully air-conditioned, which can be a lifesaver in the middle of summer, and it's the perfect size, big enough to be interesting, but not so huge that the kids get exhausted walking around. No family trip to Malta feels complete without a visit to its sister island, Gozo. It's greener, quieter, and feels a bit more rural than the main island. You can take the ferry over, which is another mini adventure for the kids, and spend the day exploring. You can visit the Cittadella in Victoria, which gives you a panoramic view of the island. One of those moments where everyone stops for photos. If you want some relaxed beach time, Ramla Bay is perfect for that. Known for its unique reddish gold sand and shallow waters, it's one of the best family-friendly beaches on the island. For a touch of history, visit the incredible Gantia temples, one of the oldest freestanding structures in the world, even older than the pyramids of Egypt. In Gozo, you can also find one of the most important spiritual and cultural landmarks, Tapinu. Even if you're not visiting for religious reasons, it is worth stopping by because of its tranquil setting and beautiful scenery. Now, for the craziest thing we did, this was number one on our adrenaline list. If your family enjoys a bit of a rush, you have to head to the beaches and look for the water sports centers. There are plenty of water sports to choose from, like water bikes, canoes, parasailing, jet ski, scuba diving, and more. We decided to try the crazy sofa ride. Basically, you all sit on this large inflatable sofa that gets towed behind a high-speed boat. And let me tell you, they don't call it crazy for nothing. You're bouncing over the waves, holding on for dear life, sliding into each other, and laughing the entire time. It was absolute chaos in the best possible way. It's a short activity, maybe 10 or 15 minutes, but it's intense. If you have teenagers or older kids who think sightseeing is boring, put them on this ride. I guarantee they will be smiling when it's done. Finally, you cannot leave Malta without exploring the capital, Valletta. This city is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and honestly, we got incredibly lucky with our timing. We visited right during the feast of Our Lady of Mount Carmel, and we found the entire city transformed. The streets were fully decorated with colorful banners, statues, and lights. It wasn't just a historic city, it felt like a living celebration. Even if you don't catch a feast day, the architecture here is amazing, but seeing it dressed up like that was memorable. Our main stop inside the city was the Grand Master's Palace. This was the seat of power for the Knights of St. John, but for our son, the highlight was definitely the armory. If your kids are interested in knights, warriors, or castles, they will love it here. The armory is lined with rows and rows of authentic suits of armor, cannons, swords, and muskets. It's amazing to see the actual equipment these knights wore hundreds of years ago. It brings history to life in a very tangible way. After the history lesson, we just enjoy walking the festive streets of Valletta, soaking in that celebratory atmosphere. So, is Malta good for families? Without a doubt. It's a place where you can combine a history lesson with a dolphin swim and a relaxing boat ride with a crazy sofa adrenaline rush, all in the same week. We loved that everything is relatively close together, so you don't spend hours in the car. The people are friendly, the food is great, and there is just a sense of adventure here that really resonated with us. But a single video can only show you so much. If you want to see more from the main attractions, I have dedicated videos for those right here on the channel. Or you can check out our website for more stories. I leave the links in the description below. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever been to Malta? What was your favorite thing to do or see? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on our next adventure.